Privileged to have Chris Oldnall, Deputy Headmaster, Pretoria Boys High School. Chris, welcome at the CEO Challenge.
No, thanks. It's fantastic to be here, Mike. Again, second year, so I know what it's about, but it seems like it's even bigger and better this time around.
Of course, you're a guest on Blindside this time around, our show that features high school rugby. The relationship with the South African Hall of Fame has been amazing for Pretoria Boys High, and you've been a big part of that. Maybe just take us through the relationship with the coaches, the boys, the bursaries, and then what impact has that had on the school?
Yeah, look, I think it's been a game changer for the school. I think we need to look at where it all started. I mean, we're looking at July 2023, where we discussed how we sort of packaged this partnership and put it together, and initially looking at 10 boys starting at Pretoria Boys High School in 2024, and then we look at the impact of those 10 boys playing rugby for our under 14 A team then last year, and that under 14 A team having an incredibly well, I would say if you look at the overall season, just they performed really, really well in comparison to how we have performed over the last sort of 10 to 12 years. And then, naturally speaking, after consulting with the likes of Johnny Berger and all of you at the South African Hall of Fame, we decided to expand the program or the project and to grow it by a further 23 boys. And this year you have 33 boys attending the school. Naturally speaking, it's not only about rugby. There's rugby boys, there's athletes, there's hockey boys, there's cricket players, etc. But I think since it's Blindside and we're focusing on rugby, you look at the under 14A rugby team this year, having played 17 fixtures and winning 15 games. Our under 15A rugby team this year ending the season ranked 10th in the country. So that's our under 14 and our under 15 rugby team having two outstanding seasons, really showing what Pretoria Boys High School is capable of achieving on the rugby field. But again, it's not only about the talented individuals, it's also looking at the coaches. I think through the support that we've received from the South African Hall of Fame, we've been able to bolster our coaching staff, and we've got some individuals who are assisting the rugby fraternity, and it filters through into the first rugby team as well, the under 16 rugby side, who's also had an outstanding season. I think they're ranked 21st in the country currently. So our coaching structures are improving. If you look at the work that's been put in place and the systems put in place by Paul Anthony, it's showing dividends. And definitely been a lot of work done to improve our strength and conditioning of the boys with the 5 SNCs that's been provided for us by the South African Hall of Fame. So all in all, I mean, if we're looking at what difference it's made, the difference has been sort of vast across a variety of sports, but largely looking at rugby, we're starting to turn a corner, and I believe we're developing a healthy culture, and we hopefully can continue on the trajectory in which we're travelling, provided we continue to condition our boys correctly. I think over this off season now, and we must continue to get these results obviously next year with our boys then moving to under 15 and 16 age group, and with the crop of boys we're bringing in next year at under 14, and with the Hall of Fame scholarships we're giving to the boys next year. So it's an exciting time for us, and we're really looking forward to what 2026 has in store for us. Yeah.
You touch on the culture, and that's very important. You guys drive that culture very hard. You mentioned the statistics under 14s, 15s, where the Hall of Fame is involved, but that whole winning spirit has rubbed off on the rest. You mentioned some of the results, some great results for the first team as well this year.
Yeah, so our first team, I think two special fixtures would have been the win against Kes away. For me, that was one of the highlights of the season. Having just returned from that second swim of the trilogy and flying in from Cape Town and landing and coming straight from the airport straight to Kes and witnessing that, it was the most inspiring, I would say, moment for me in this particular role, and just to be able to experience that and witness that, I absolutely loved that day, and I'll remember it for the rest of my life. And then the Maritzburg College away fixture as well. To beat Maritzburg College away is it's not something that happens very often, and I think in our 20 odd years or 25 odd years of that exchange, I think that's the third time we've done it. And for our first team to do that this year was outstanding. And so, yeah, that's the ripple effect of winning, and success breeds success. And, once boys start winning, they start believing, everyone else starts believing, and then you start achieving the impossible.
Yeah, I suspect there are more special moments coming up that you won't forget. As a Hall of Fame and as the school, we drive similar values. And you've touched on that. And the sport is one thing. But seeing this group of 33 boys just how they've evolved as people and how they've settled into a completely different environment, coming from pretty much nothing and just taking up the culture of a wonderful school like Pretoria Boys High.
Well, you know, we were driving on the car on the way here. I had Zandile and Andile in the car with me, and you know, just two grounded individuals, and I was just asking them about their academic performance. And I mean, their academic averages respectively were 78 and 75. They're both cracking 93 and 94 for mathematics. They're both taking ad maths. But just such humble boys, respectful boys. And, you know, I was just thinking to myself, I'm so glad that, you know, got boys like this at the school, giving them the opportunity, and they're certainly well aware of the opportunity. And just the manner in which they were, you know, conversing with me in the car, and the respect that they have for the opportunity, just the gratitude. I just was really, really proud. And then to walk in here today and see the photos of the boys that are up, you know, goosebumps. And, you know, for me, it's yeah, really, it sort of, it moves me because of how much I'm invested in it, and just think of all the work we've been doing behind the scenes, and I look at the progress we've made and where we are, and you know, think of where we were last year and where we are today. I mean, we've grown leaps and bounds, and this for me is by far the most rewarding part of this job, and I'm so proud as an educator to be part of something so unique. Yeah.
So special, and of course you are 50% of the crazy twins that do the trilogy swim.
Yeah.
You've completed 2 of those legs, you've got 1 left. Here we are at the CEO Challenge.
Yeah.
Another one of those great fundraisers that challenge the CEOs and big corporates. Today we have the boys out there, all 33 of them down here, and they're hopping on bikes. I saw 16 of them in the hub, the fishbowl, sweating. Just how special it is for them to see what it's about and what corporates are doing for them.
I think it's fantastic. It's great for them to see what it's all about and for them to experience it, and then more so for them to actually take part. You know, I'm looking at them on the bikes now. I mean, they're having an absolute blast. But to see them get stuck in and to see what others are doing for them and to be part of it, I think life lessons for them, and they'll remember this for the rest of their lives. Yeah.
Well, from the South African Hall of Fame, Chris, great job. We, of course, have a great partnership. We look forward to what lies ahead. And from Blindside's perspective, from a rugby perspective, we can't wait to cover some of those moments that we know lie ahead for Pretoria Boys High.
We're looking forward to it as well, man. I think there'll be some great memories lying ahead, for sure.
Thanks for your time.
We appreciate it.